Well, it's day 2 of week 5 of the LCS Summer Split with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined by Blaber. We are watching Immortals versus Golden Guardians right now. And what were you saying just now?
I was saying I hope Golden Guardians lose, not because of anything related to Golden Guardians. I just hope they lose so that we can be first.
Very good. And you guys would be tied first, right?
No, we'd have sole possession right now because EG lost today.
Okay. Wait, but so are they? You guys are even right now with Golden Guardians? Oh yeah, because they lost.
Yeah, so they're 9-4 right now. We're 10-4. So if they win, we'd be tied.
Right. That's how math works. I understand. Okay, so who do you think is going to win this game?
I think IMT actually has a pretty decent shot of winning. Their team club isn't bad. Also, GG in general haven't been the best Maokai team in the past. So, I think Immortals can win this one.
For you, it all just comes down to what the Jokel position is doing.
Yeah, I mean, if River was on Jarvan in this game, the chance of them winning would have increased a lot. Yeah.
Very good. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how things are going with Cloud9. You guys have been shaky, I feel like. I mean, you've been up at the top, but it hasn't been like the dominance that I feel like you've shown in the past. It's like Cloud9 shaky, not like, I don't know, NRG shaky or Dig shaky. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think we haven't been playing too well recently. Honestly, I think so the patches have been changing really fast as well, but we didn't have like a good read on the patch, at least I would say last week. I think we have a pretty good read this week. And then we've been making like pretty bad mistakes, I would say. I feel like our macro has been a lot worse. Like we don't go to the correct waves. We die for no reason. I guess that's just inting. That's not really macro, but in general, I think we've been a lot sloppier with our gameplay. So I want to fix that going forward.
Dying for no reason is a type of macro. It's just very bad macro. Like, okay, guys, we're going to go die.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. But, you can die when they have, like, Baron or something to push all the waves. It's not too bad. Like, sometimes it's a good death, Not all deaths are bad.
Okay. Says Blaber of Cloud9. I really appreciate it. That's a great line. Okay, so one of the... Treats just killed Gore. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to happen, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, the gold is even. This is a very bloody game. They're averaging 1 kill per minute. Also, they have Ziggs, the most OP champ in the game right now, as you can see from our loss yesterday to Team Liquid. Yes. So, yeah, maybe Ziggs is going to carry this one.
All right, well, getting back to the patch stuff. You said the patch has been changing a lot. I have a question for you. There were 2 opposing or interesting takes that came up on Hotline League this past week. One of them was... LCS should lock into, or like leagues, I guess, but specifically LCS should lock into like 1 patch for group stage or just the round robin, 1 patch for like playoffs type deal.
But why would you want to, like, did they say why they wanted to see that? Like, are they lowering the amount of games of the regular season? They want to see 18 games on the same patch?
I think the idea was that there is too much variance, and so maybe you want to like create a situation where you understand what's happening, especially because like there's already a delay in what patch is being played type deal.
No, I mean I wouldn't prefer that. I mean, at Worlds, for example, it's like that. You play like a 1 month long tournament on the same patch, and even when you're on the same patch, the patch or like the champions play actually change a lot, because what ends up happening is like people are like, oh, this champ's OP, and it's like, okay, I need to find a counter to this champion. I don't have infinite bans, and then it just escalates, and then champs like, let's say, Nidalee at MSI were OP at the beginning, then not OP, stuff like that. So even on the same patch, things can change a lot, but I feel like personally it's very exciting watching like teams grief draft on new patches, playing like random stuff, and then like it's very exciting seeing like, I don't know, Ziggs being played, for example, for some people, whereas like it would never have been played before because Ziggs is a lot better with like melee supports because you can combo your ult basically.
Okay, next question was, some people thought that the LCS should just be whatever the live patch is.
That's hard because I think that's okay, but it's just a lot harder because for us, the live patch comes out on Wednesday. We play on Wednesday. So I would literally have no scrim days on the patch like, for live,
Play on PBE.
Play on PBE, but then they might as well just... I don't know, change when we play.
What if the tournament realm became, instead of the previous patch, became the future patch, and so you guys could play ahead of time on the tournament realm.
Basically, like, okay, so that we can practice before it's out on live.
you're scrimming.
I mean, that'd have to be up to Riot. I mean, that's okay. I mean, also in general, champions that are released on new patches, because I think champions get released every like couple patches, aren't allowed to be played on the patch you're on, which I think that makes sense because like imagine Nefiri, right?
Yeah.
It comes out and then 2 days later you see people playing Nefiri on Pro Play. They're gonna be terrible at the champ. Like let's be real. Also, it's gonna be hard to balance a champ that just comes out, for example, too. So maybe that's just like why we don't play on the current patch.
Okay, but counter argument, because this is what I'm doing here. I got in trouble with the audience for doing this same thing with Fudge last week, so CNAM fans going to be angry with me. But this interesting discussion. Counter argument, shouldn't you said pro players could be terrible with the champion,
Or it could be buggy.
or it could be buggy, etc. But let's say like they're not terrible. Like some person puts in all the effort to learn that shit ahead of time. Like, isn't that like that would be hype, or that person should be rewarded for taking the risk, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think all pro players should spam new champions that come out, even if you don't play. Like, even if it's not for your role, it doesn't make any sense to me why, like, you wouldn't at least go into a practice tool and play, let's say, Milio. I think Milio was the last champ that came out, right? What was it?
Yes.
Yes, it was, right? For me, like, when you don't know what Milio does, you're just griefing your team.
Sure.
Because you have it on your team, right? Like, a lot of players, for example, are, like, they're scared, or, like, I see people cleansing when their Milio has ulti, even still, right? So it's like they just don't even know what the new champ does. So I agree you should be rewarded, but also like just like being realistic, Riot, when they release new champions, either the champ is extremely overtuned or extremely bad.
Yeah.
Like on the new patch. And recently they've been leading towards the extremely overtuned.
So just ban it.
Just ban it, yeah, but why would I want to ban it? I just lost a ban.
But there's always some crazy OP shit that's like insta banned, right? This is just one more of those.
Yeah, like Kai'Sa, for example, is 4-0 today. That champ is really broken.
Sure. So I'm just saying, like, just let champions through. Also, can you see Blaber, or are you blocking the camera? No, you're good. You're good. But no, you're fine. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like, you know, if it just adds to the list of OP champions, which I guess is annoying because you're like, that's one less ban, but also I'm like, I don't know if that's that different from like when a champ gets a rework or it's.
Champs that get reworked aren't released on that patch too.
Yeah.
It's always the next patch.
Because one of Mark's complaints was he's like, it's just annoying because you see like a champion and then you just like completely forget this champion exists and suddenly it shows up like months later because it's finally available, you know?
That was a complaint? Why is that bad?
Because it feels bad. Like, if you are a League of Legends fan, the new champion comes out, there's all this marketing and shit like that, and then you, like, forget about it by the time that it's available in Pro Play.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you just meant in general, like, we don't play Skarner for, like, 6 months and then randomly play Skarner, but...
No. It's like new champs.
I mean, I think it'd be good for marketing, but, like, being realistic, like, the amount of players that watch Pro Play... the normal community, that just can't be that high of a percentage, you know? Like, let's say, like, LCS has, like, what, 80,000 viewers on average? 80 to 100,000, right?
Sure.
Maybe less. But, like, there's probably, like, 5 million people playing League on the live server.
Yes.
Right? Like, the amount of people watching Pro Play to watch for the new champion.
What if we're trying to increase viewership?
Okay.
And you're like...
Okay, we're trying to increase viewership here.
Yes.
Okay, so we want them to watch the new champion.
Yes!
Okay, sure, we can do it.
Yeah.
But you're talking to the wrong guy. I have no control.
I don't know. I'm going to tell them that you said it was cool, and then we're good. We got one of the pro players to agree to it.
I mean, I'm down.
Okay. Problem solved. I've saved the LCS, everybody. Okay, so what else is going on Cloud9 these days? You know, how are you guys ramping up? And is it going to be the normal thing where you guys are like, during the split, and then suddenly playoffs hits and you just stomp everyone?
Well, honestly, I actually don't think we're like that insane. I think this week we had a really good like week of practice. We shut on like every team we played this week specifically, but in general, our scrims haven't been like stompy. Yeah. We're like actually like losing or going. We never get 5-0 or anything, but it's like a 2-3 day or like a 3-2 day. It's never like super clean. So that's something like we should work on. But I will say we do play a lot better on stage. Maybe not recently, and also our drafts haven't been like. Not every draft we've done has been like. Our best draft to win, basically.
You're experimenting?
I mean, the drafts aren't bad.
Yeah.
Like, some of them are bad. But, like, in hindsight, or not hindsight, sorry. they're not bad in the sense that like the drafts aren't bad, but they might not be what we have strengths on as players. I guess if that makes sense. So yes, we are kind of experimenting. Not as much recently, I would say, but before we were, yeah.
How long is this interview going on for, Drew? It's 10 minutes, 20 seconds. There's still no like significant gold lead in this game.
Nothing's happened in this game. This game is. It was really exciting. They had 15 kills at 15 minutes, and now they have 15 kills at 23 minutes, and Licorice is taking bot tier 2. Yeah. And we flashed in. Something's finally happened. Good job, Travis. You made it happen. Yes, wait, there's a fight. Go to the Baron. What? We missed that? What the? Oh, Kenby. My goat. That guy's goated. Oh my god, By the way, shout out to Tactical. Yeah. He's been playing well on his team recently.
Do you feel like it's particularly impressive to play well on Immortals?
Maybe. I mean, if your teammates aren't playing that good, then it's hard for you to look good, especially in his role. Yeah.
I just mean, like, if I look at how Revenge is doing now after he's gotten out of Immortals versus where he was before, like, it does feel like Immortals is a place where you are going to underperform your potential.
I mean, maybe. Like, obviously, you're going to look worse when your team is worse. Like, that's just normal, right? Yeah. But I didn't think Revenge was, like, necessarily bad on Immortals, nor did I think he was insane. Kind of how I feel about him right now. Okay. I think his team is just better now. Yeah. But it's also a lot easier, in my opinion, as a solo laner to look better. Because... like on a worse team, because like a lot of what you do is laning, you know. Like, I mean, I guess if your jungler's terrible, then like you can't really play.
Sure. All right. Well, that's fair. Okay, so scrims are not going as well, and drafts are maybe wonky sometimes. So I guess I go back to the original question, which is, are you guys going to be able to turn it on in playoffs, and will things be as dominant as they have been in the past for you guys?
Yeah, I think that we will be able to turn it on in the playoffs. I don't think we've necessarily turned it off right now because we're still in first place. Sure. But yes, I think that we will be a lot better than the other teams in playoffs. Yes.
Any of them can any of them potentially push you guys or I don't know, send you to the lower bracket, you have to climb back out or something?
I don't know. I think let's look at the teams. EG, sadly, they're just not it. Like,
oh, you think they're frauds?
I don't know about frauds, but I don't think they'll end in the top 3 or 2. And GG are probably the second best team, but they just can't beat us. Like, I know they just beat us recently, but they just can't beat us.
But they just beat you.
I know, but I think they're just like, it's fine. Just trust me, Travis. We'll win against them. Okay. Just trust me, bro. Like
undefeated, or you just made it a best of 5?
Just in a best of 5. Yeah, I think we got their number. Okay. And then TL, who we also just lost to. Yeah, we're fine. We're good. We'll win the split.
Okay. We'll win the split. All right. Final thoughts on this game.
I think Immortals are gonna win. Right. They got Baron. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go, Immortals.
Anything you want to say to the fans?
Yeah, thanks everyone for supporting Cloud9. I'll try to pick Vi less. I know people don't like that. I got some angry messages on Twitter, but honestly, guys, my Vi is not bad. I'm just saying, my Vi is not bad.
Do people really send you angry messages? They're like, "Stop! Don't ever play that shit again" or something?
Yeah, I have closed DMs. Okay. But there was like 1 or 2 people, you know, not that many, that said like, "Don't play Vi." Okay. But I was like, why? Like, my Vi is good. Yeah. I just want to say that, like, just so everyone knows that I'm actually good at Vi. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much, Blaber, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. Hey everyone, hopefully you've been enjoying our coverage of the LCS season here from the LCS Studios. I guess it's called the Riot Games Studios now. Either way, we've been having a great time providing you high quality interviews. Hopefully you've been enjoying them. And I wanted to show you, speaking of high quality, an amazing piece of hardware. This is the M18 notebook that Alienware has hooked us up with. It's been great. We've been providing you coverage straight from this notebook. Now, this Alienware M18 features a NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series GPU. This is Alienware's most powerful laptop, and having this in our arsenal allows us to get content to my channels quickly. So again, thank you so much to Alienware for sponsoring our coverage and for powering our summer split.